When you recommend someone for a job, it also unfortunately can reflect on you. I once was hired to do a transcription of a project for somebody, and I ended up being too busy. I couldn't do it. So I called a buddy of mine and I said, "Hey, can you do this? You just need a piano, notation software, and you should be good." He said, "Yeah, sure, I'd love to." So I made the introduction and they're off to the races, right? About a week later, I get a phone call from the people I recommended him to. And they say, "Hey, your guy screwed up and now you have to fix it." So I come to find out that actually what had happened was the guy who had said he would do the job was actually extremely busy, and he had done this transcription job at like 2 a.m. in the morning, on some parlor room piano, and was no longer in a position to fix it because he was touring as a musician. And so we had this panicked call of like, well, how are we going to fix this? And the expectation was that it's my guy, so it's my problem. Now, 13 years later, I probably would handle this a little differently. But I ended up working with this guy and fixing it. And there was a ton of mistakes in it. There were a lot of mistakes. And it was very obvious that he had not had the proper time to go through it. What made me realize is you have to be very careful how you recommend people and what you're recommending them for. But it does reflect on your judgment. If I recommend somebody and they don't follow through, chances are the next time they're not going to ask me my recommendation. They're not going to trust my opinion on people. So I always try to give recommendations very sparingly and be very sure that there's not a problem. Or if I recommend somebody, I'll caveat it pretty hard of like, hey, I've heard this person's great. I've never worked with them, so I can't really speak to that. Lesson learned, just be careful on your recommendation because your word means a lot.